It is the Big Time Show. Oh my. Yes, 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 yes. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I'm speaking to everybody already. What's up, E. Kush? I see you, man. What's going on? Ryan Flowers, who just had his show. Why don't you, some of you guys who are that will be joining in or listening to this replay a little bit later on, go and just find my guy Ryan Flowers. There he has a show that he does on Facebook. He just got through not too long ago. Good show that he had. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Hello to everybody tonight on Podbean, of course. Podbean, I see you already. I got a couple people already on here. Miss Ty, one of our great patrons, and Randy, my frat on here. Oh my goodness, I'm coming, frat, in just a second to recognize what day this is. No problem, Ryan, no problem. To everybody that is watching me on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. Hello to you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys like my intro as you always hear it. That, of course, comes from Ryan Winters, who is at the Chord Academy on Instagram, who's a young jazz artist in his 20s. He goes to the Berklee School of Music. You will hear music just like that every time that you hear his, at least my opening, you will hear it. But he has plenty of other great music like that. Before I move, won't you guys share this if you can, maybe? If not, I understand, but it will help me out. It will just trying to grow the podcast. For those of you that will be listening to me on Google Podcast, let me read this stuff as I put it on the screen. Go Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Tumblr. Hello to all of you that will be listening to this a little bit later on after this show is uploaded. I appreciate you just downloading this episode here. I appreciate you so much for just tuning in to listen to what little old me has to say about my Dallas Cowboys tonight and other issues concerning sports. I appreciate you so much. If you listened to me last night, you just heard a lot of incredible comedic type stuff. I was serious just about previewing the show, but myself and others that were on here turned the podcast preview into something totally different. It turned into HBO Comedy Jam. That's what it was. If you weren't here last night, I suggest that you listen to my show from yesterday and have your laughing apparel, equipment that you may need. You may need to have some tissue to wipe the tears from laughing so much. We had a great time in the last 25 to 30 minutes of the podcast. I suggest y'all go listen to it. It was a blast on last night. First and foremost, let me get this last preliminary out the way at the beginning of the show. Listen, if you want to become a patron of the show, I just put up the Cash App that you can see there on Facebook and Podbean, and Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. You can see that right now. On Podbean, you can see probably right there where it says a little red button on a reward. You can follow those simple instructions there. But if you don't want to do that, become a patron that way, you can simply become a patron of the show this way as I'm typing for you. And there it is. There it is. That's my Cash App there. And if you don't, it's okay because, hey, I'm just glad you're listening to me. How about that? What's going on? What's up? What's up, George? I see you. I appreciate it. Listen, first and foremost, today is a special day, which is the reason why you see me. If you're looking at me on Facebook or Periscope or YouTube, you see that I'm geared up because today is a great day. Today is Founders Day of the incredible, the one and only, the greatest fraternity known unto man. No question about it. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. No question about it. I see you, E. Kush. And so today, brothers from across the world, not only the United States, but across the world, have celebrated our founders of this fraternity, men who were great achievers, whose principal foundation of the fraternity is achievement in every field of human endeavor. Uh, yeah, no question about it. What's up, Jay? What's up, JD? I see you. What's going on? Glad you came in tonight. So it is an awesome day for me and my frat brothers. I got one on right now with me on Podbean, Randy. Uh, no question about it. My frat brother, one of the guys I known for a long period of time. We pledged Kappa way before I did, but we've known each other for a pretty good while, going all the way back to the early 90s. And I say to my fraternity brother, Randy, yo, baby, yo, baby, yo. Oh, no doubt about it. Kappa Alpha Psi until the day we die. But y'all don't know nothing about that, so ain't no sense to me. Y'all forgive my Kappa stuff on. I'm just celebrating in every field of human endeavors of this podcast. I'm giving it my 100%. Y'all see that Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all better ask somebody, but that's okay. I don't even want to talk about that. I start getting hype about that. I almost want to chant right now, but I ain't gonna do it. Y'all noobs that come on here, y'all already know what time it is. So we might do something before it's over with. I don't know. We might set it off in here. Y'all don't want to get me started. Where my cane at? Look, let me stop. Listen, Cowboys. Let me get focused. This for the next few shows for me. I don't know what nobody else doing. I really, God bless them, whatever they're doing. But here at the Big Time Show, we're going to start breaking. I'm not even going to the draft yet. I'm not going to the draft. I want to do my, the Jerry Jones and the coaching staff. Hey, Tavis, appreciate you jumping in. I want to do what they do. At the end of the year, what they do is slowly but surely start breaking things down. Coaches, players, end of the year reviews or exit meetings. That's what they usually call it. Well, I'm doing the exit meetings here on the Big Time Show. That's what I'm doing. Starting off, I ain't going to the draft yet. I only want to evaluate in my own way. Okay, I want to evaluate in my own way the end of the year review with everybody. Everybody. Thank you, Miss Ty. See you. Happy Founders Day. That's right. To the Noops. Yeah, yes. Woo. Please don't get me started. But I got to do it because if we keep doing, look, y'all help me out here. Let's make this one big group therapy session. Don't just leave me out here by myself, y'all. I need you guys to help me talk this thing out because who knows? Maybe y'all can help me because what I'm seeing, okay. No. Thank you, Bishop, for coming in, Brazzle. Thank you for Bishop. No, ain't nobody get fired. If it was up to me, somebody would get fired today. I'll get in that in a minute. But if we keep doing the same things over and over again, don't you think we're going to get the same results? Come on, help me out here. Come on. Don't y'all think that? Am I the only one in here so far that believes that, you keep doing the same things over and over again and you expect a different change? And tonight, I'm locking in on two people tonight. I'm not talking about the players. I'm not talking about the cheerleaders. I'm not talking about the coaches. I'm not talking about the the janitorial service that we have. I'm not talking about those guys at all. I'm not talking about that guy that holds the water for Jerry Jones. No, I'm not. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm not talking. I'm talking about tonight, Jerry and Stephen Jones. That's my focus tonight. So if some of you guys were thinking I was going to talk about players tonight, directly, then catch me in on a couple more shows. I'll let you in on it. But tonight, I just think we need to start from the top because see, the problem is with a lot of us Cowboy fans is we want to start at the coaching staff or we want to start with the players. And there could argument could be made tonight that the players and the coaches are not the problem. Okay, there's an argument that could be made. There's an argument could be made that said that they are the problem. Tonight, I'm gonna jump on the side of that. That's not the problem. I'm sorry if some of you may disagree. I realize that they have to play the game. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I got to start at the top, and at the top is the one and only Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. Since first of all, the reason why I see we need to get clarity. Number one, see that may be one of the problems there because it's a lot of people. Jerry wants to take credit, but every time we turn around, folks like to say Stephen running the team. Hey, what's up, JJ? What's up, Fi? What's going on, Fi? Happy J5 to you, my brother. We still celebrating over here. No question about it. So we need to get clarity. Who running the team? I know what a lot of y'all saying. I don't know. I know Jerry got the, he's the foundation, but has he turned it over to Stephen or has he not? I don't know. I don't know. JD saying McCarthy tried too hard. I felt like he was uncomfortable all year with in-game decisions from the bonehead fourth down blunders to lack of challenging calls, not holding the coaches accountable, etc. I feel like Cowboys running stars with our O-line and running game. We need our fullback. JD, you're absolutely right. But then again, I'm not going to talk about McCarthy yet. He coming. But I'm not going to talk because see, all of that are problems that are seen. But if those problems are not addressed, the buck stops at the owner's table. Am I right? How many times have we heard Jerry say, the buck stopped with me? Okay. So since the buck stopped with me, stop with him. Come on in here, Jerry Jones. Come on. It's coming to Jesus meeting now. Come on in here. Come on, sit down. Come on. Yes, sit down. Right. No, you don't sit at the front of the table this time. I'm at the front. You sit on the other side. Steven, you ain't got to peek your head around the corner. You come on in here too. Come on. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on. Yeah, well, I had another seat because I knew you were gonna be peeping in. Come on in here. Jerry ain't gonna let it. JD says Jerry ain't gonna let it go till he wins a chip. Without that, Jimmy has touched. That's the pain we've dealt with for 25 years. Amen, JD. You preaching, JD. I love it. You preaching, and you're talking about some things that I'm getting ready to tackle. Jerry, come on, y'all sit down. Y'all needed to drink or something. Hey, Talib. Hey, man, good to see you, Talib. Look, I think Stephen Jones is in charge of player personnel, and Jerry Jones, man, and everything else. See, that's what I see right there, Talib. I'm not coming. Can I say this? I'm not a fan, but the problem is the owner. and his messing with y'all team chemistry. Well, Fred, I appreciate you joining in, just helping your Fred out here. I appreciate it. To lead that see right there is kind of what I'm talking about, to lead. And I'm not coming against what you just said, because I believe, I believe it. But watch what you said. You said, to leave, you said, I think. You see what I'm saying? I think Stephen Jones is in charge, and you think Jerry Jones manages everything else. See, that we need to know. I'm sick of trying to figure out who running it, so I know where to place the proper blame to. That's why I need to know. Is it Jerry? Is it Stephen? Some won't even throw Will McClay in. I need I need clarity on number one. But let me talk to Jerry real quick, y'all. Y'all may want to talk to him too. Y'all come on, let's talk to him real quick. First of all, here's my number one thing. And keep in mind, this show is my opinion. This is my little analysis, okay? You may not agree with it, okay? It's no problem. I don't have no problem with it. This is coming from a fan perspective. I ain't talking about, I'm not really worried about facts tonight. I got plenty of them. I got a few of them that I'm going to talk about. But I'm coming from a fan perspective because, as JD said, we ain't won in 25 years. And forget 25 years, we haven't been consistent enough. We're not consistent enough in getting into the playoffs. I don't have time to play with Jared right now. So, Jared, let me ask you this: why are you talking already? I see y'all weren't expecting that. Why are you talking already, man? Well, before I get to Jerry, hold on before you answer, Jerry. Stephen Jones, come here, man. Let me talk to Stephen. I'm sorry. Stephen, why are you talking, man? I know you represent the organization. I get it. I guess you're supposed to say something. I get it, but why are you saying the same stuff over and over and over again, giving false hope and false dreams to Cowboy fans? I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about, because I'm sick. I'm tired, y'all. Stephen Jones on 103.5, the fan said, here it is. Dak Prescott, getting Dak Prescott a new contract is certainly right there at the top of their list of priorities this offseason. Jones mentioned that they have, but here's the caveat, y'all. Steven, you said this, but he mentioned that they have to see the impact of COVID-19 will have on the 2021 salary cap. Now, some of y'all will look at me and say, y'all, some of y'all will say, well, Brooks, listen, Brother Brooks, he's in charge of looking after the franchise. He has to say those type things. He has to say that you have to look at the salary cap and all that kind of stuff. Look, first of all, didn't Stephen Jones say the same thing last year? No. Let me come back. Didn't Stephen Jones say the same thing 2 years ago about that contract, man? Y'all come on, help me. 2 years ago. Last year, getting Dak signed is a top priority, which is a lie. You know why I say it's a lie? Because Dak was last on the list of these superstar players getting paid. Everybody else got paid. It don't sound like it was the top of the list to me. If you see it differently tonight, please help me. Yeah. Somebody help me, please. Somebody help me. Look, do I have to go down the list? Do I have to? Okay, I'll do it. Lyle Collins got paid. Jalen Smith got paid. Amari Cooper got paid. Zeke Elliott got his extension. Zach Martin got paid. I just named off about 5, 6 players. I thought y'all said he was at the top of the list, Steven. What other organization pays everybody else and decide to pay their quarterback last? That's a lie. Look, am I wrong, y'all? I'm sorry if I'm emotional. Y'all gonna make me take my hat off. I'm trying to match and look noopish tonight, but it just starting to upset me. I'm tired of hearing the same lie every year coming straight to off season. Is anybody look? Does anybody help me? I'm serious. This is a group therapy talk tonight, y'all. Help me understand tonight. Am I wrong in my analysis? Is Dak not the last on the list? So how in the world? Look, of course he the top on the list now. Why is that? Because everybody else done got taken care of. He's the only one on the list. Huh? I look, this is gonna be a long night for me. Steven, since I don't know if you're in charge or Jerry in charge, let me just say this to you, Steven. Y'all been talking for forever. Can y'all just please go and get it done? If you want to get it done. And I'll come back to that in a second. If you want to get it done, the soon as the Cowboys walked away from the Giants Stadium, you can begin negotiating this contract right then and there. It's wide open. If y'all so close, why is it taking y'all so long? If it's so close, why is it taking y'all so long to get it done? You done had all year, especially. And I know what some of you Cowboy fans saying. I get it. I'm a Cowboy fan too. Well, Brother Brooks, come on now. You know you have to be realistic. I know what some of y'all saying. We have to see how he's going to look after the injury. That's what some of y'all saying. And look here, I'm not about to come against you on that. I'm not gonna come against you on that. I'm not. But if you already know that this guy is your future quarterback, franchise quarterback, as you have said he is, as you have proclaimed that he is, as you have told the world, Dak's our guy, Dak's our man. Well, for the second year in a row, can Steven, if you're in charge, can you please show him, since you supposedly in charge of the salary cap? I mean, since you're in charge of the money, supposedly, since your dad just signed your check. Hold up, Jerry. Don't talk. I'm coming. Since you're in charge of the figuring out the salary cap, he's gonna cost you. Okay, he's gonna cost you. Why is it taking y'all so long? The players are looking to see how you treat the quarterback. Please understand that. This kind of stuff affects the team. It does. I'm sick of the same old thing. Jerry Jones, come here, man. Steven, you can leave. Thank you. Ain't nothing you can talk about, because I don't want to hear the hype stories and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that. Jerry, it seemed like, of course, they pretty much are the same voice. Jerry comes back and I know most of you have seen it. Jerry comes back on 103.5, 105.3 The Fan, and says, I don't know how you could have any more leverage, talking about Dak. His involving into an NFL quarterback has been nothing short of a perfect picture. He has great ability, in my mind, to win games. He's talented. He certainly has the experience, and he has all the things, which has been substantiated by what we've offered Dak. So you want to throw that up again? I break all this down a minute. You wouldn't offer Dak what we offered in the past if you thought he was very special. The issue is, how do you come together? And that's no stranger to me. I've been doing it all my life, putting things together. We've got to get it together. Let's go back to see what Jerry said, and let's break some of this stuff down. Jerry's smooth now. Jerry, a slick old guy. He says, I don't know how you can have any more leverage. The leverage that Dak has, I believe that was a lie. Because in negotiation time, everything comes to the table. What he said was at the time that I don't know how much more leverage a guy can have. If Dak wouldn't have got hurt, I would agree with Jerry Jones. But Dak got hurt. He got seriously hurt. And when Dak got hurt, I don't care what some of y'all say, Dak put a little dent in his leverage. However, that little dent that he had actually comes back into play because I see you, Kush. When in front of time when more gets paid before Dak can. See what I'm saying? Everybody got paid. Everybody. The janitors got paid before Dak. Everybody. Parking lot security got paid before Dak. Everybody got paid. Everybody. The concession stand workers, they got paid too before Dak. Everybody got paid. Everybody got paid. Everybody. I'm serious. The people that wash the clothes, the uniform, they got paid before Dak. Dak lost a little bit of leverage. He lost it when he got hurt, just a little bit. That's not his fault. But he lost a little bit because now Jerry can bring to the table, well, we can't just invest all of it into you because we don't know if you're going to come back, if you're going to be ready for the beginning of the season. We need to check doctors' records out and all that kind of stuff. And when you get injured, you don't get paid as much. It's just that simple. That's true. However, what Dak does have is that the Cowboys saw what they were without him, which balanced it right back out. It balanced it right back to where it needed to be. Because we saw this year what our team looked like without Dak Prescott for the first time. And for the first time, most people that were not Dak fans, such as myself, I ain't going to play around with it. I thought Dak was good, but I just didn't think he could carry us to where we really need to go. That's what I said. Dak has gotten better every single year. No question about that. And it looked like this year he was on his way to taking that next step. And I'm not saying he can't by no means. But what I am saying is because of the injury, we go right back down. So Jerry is lying on that to me. That's just my opinion. Then check this out, y'all. And then I want to take your mind back for a minute. He said he's evolving into an NFL quarterback has been nothing short of a perfect picture. Here's the line that I just started laughing at. Jerry Jones said about Dak, he has great ability, in my mind, listen to this, to win games. He's talented. Let me take your mind back when he started talking about Tony Romo. He said Tony Romo can win us a Super Bowl. He didn't say Tony Romo could just win games. He said Tony Romo can win us a Super Bowl. Matter of fact, let me put a rewind in your mind real quick, y'all. When you hear Steven and Jerry talk about Dak Prescott, this is what you usually hear. You usually hear say he's a great leader. He has great intangibles. The locker room loves him. He's a great person in the community. You don't hear them too much talking about his game, though, do you? No, 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 no. You don't hear that. You know, you usually hear something like, "This is what a team. This is the kind of guy that a team can follow." That's what you hear. You don't hear nothing about too much about his play. And I have a theory in mind. We're living in a land now where conspiracy theories exist and people don't want to live in facts. We living in a country now that will want to consider conspiracy and lead and make that factual and have the facts fake news. That's where we're living in. So I want to throw in my own conspiracy tonight. Based off Dak not getting paid, based off of the problems that they talking about, and the logistics of the contract is another whole thing. I get it. Dak wanted 4 years. Cowboys wanted 5 or 6, whatever they wanted. I get that. The money was right or whatever. The bottom line is you just didn't pay him. Tony Romo didn't have to fight for his contract. DeMarcus Lawrence didn't have to fight for his contract. Lyle Collins didn't have to fight for his contract. Ezekiel Elliott had to act the fool and say, "I'm going to stay here in Cabo," before they bowed down and say, "Okay, we got to get him in." So it really wasn't a fight for Ezekiel's contract. Jalen Smith didn't have to fight for his contract. Amari Cooper didn't have to fight for his contract. The list goes on and on and on about the guys who did not have to fight for their contracts. Dak has been fighting for the last 2 years. I don't get it. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Exactly. Because you're right with me. Amari Cooper, I don't understand it. And Dak is left in the cold. But when you talked about Romo, you say he can win a Super Bowl. Romo ain't carried us nowhere. Wasn't nowhere near as consistent as Dak has been. And I'm not saying Dak is better than Romo. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying consistency. And based off them not paying Dak, here's my conspiracy theory. Y'all help me out. You may not believe it or not, but we can talk about it. Here's my conspiracy theory. Because they haven't paid Dak, and because it's taken so long to pay Dak, and because when they talk about him, they talk about his intangibles and his community work, and he's a leader, and he's a great person in the locker room. When I hear all that, I'm led to this one thought in mind. I don't think they really believe fully in Dak. That's my conspiracy theory. I don't think they're really all in. Cause see what the Jones, you got to notice the pattern. When the Jones family are all in with you, they don't hesitate to prove that they're all in with you. They don't. Jason Garrett, I mean, come on now, think about it. When everybody was saying Jason Garrett gonna get fired for the last 3 years, it didn't take long for us to figure out where Jerry Jones stood with Jason Garrett. He let the world know. That's my coach. Okay. It didn't take long for him to say about Romo. Romo's our quarterback. It didn't take long. We paying D-Law. We gonna pay Amari Cooper. You knew by the investment that he did, you knew he was buying. It didn't take long. It done took 2 years for Dak, y'all. The Jones family, when they love you can go all the way back to the 90s. When they love you, they take care of you. Look how quick they are to promote Kellen Moore. Just I'm saying, notice the difference. Kellen Moore just got paid this week. Huh? Jay and the Bay, I'm talking about it right now. Jay and the Bay asks, are y'all gonna sign Dak long term or franchise him? Look, when they believe in you, they go ahead and take care of you. Kellen Moore didn't have to fight for this extension that he got. They gave it to him. Why in the same amount of urgency is not there with Dak? This is my conspiracy theory tonight. This is my conspiracy. My conclusion to my conspiracy is that they just don't fully. I ain't saying they didn't believe now. I'm saying I don't think they fully believe in Dak. I don't believe it. Because if you did, you would have done for Dak what you did for everybody else. You would have hurried up and paid them like you did everybody else. Then nobody had to fight. Nobody. You gave it to them. And the question is, why don't they believe? See, here we go. Thank you, Jay and the Bay. Here's the problem. Jay and the Bay, what you just put down right there is what I really see what I'm saying? Here, Jay, you moving. Let me come back to your comment. Jay and the Bay on YouTube have just said Dak ain't worth $35 million plus a year. And then he says he's in the high 20s. Jay and the Bay, the market demands what they get paid. And the market has demanded that it don't make no difference whether you're worth it or not, because Carson Wentz ain't worth what he getting paid either. But he got paid because the market for the quarterback position is there. You can't go down from that. So when we start talking $35 million, actually $35 million now is cheap for quarterbacks. You think he's in the high 20s. Jay and the Bay, let me say this. I'm going to say this about, I really believe, Jay, that the Jones family think somewhat close to it. I agree, Jay and the Bay, or let me read E. Kush first. E. Kush says, I think they are prepared to pay him, but they won't pay him a cent more than they have to because they don't fully believe in him. They are scared as hell to pay him too much. Amen, E. Kush. Jay and the Bay says, I agree with the market demand, but ain't no way in hell Dak getting $35 million on the open market. I beg to differ with you on that, Jay, in the Bay. Because if he was a free agent, a place like Indianapolis, for instance, that Rivers is on, he might play one more year, maybe, if that much. A place like Indianapolis would pay Dak that. They would. A place like Jacksonville, I don't care nothing about Trevor Lawrence. If you had a choice between Trevor Lawrence and Dak Prescott right now, Dak is still in his early 20s. There'll be an argument made. But if you did have to pay him, you would pay him that. It's Denver, even though they got the kid there. Not Luck. I want to call him whatever his name is. I forgot. Come on now. There are some places that Dak could go easily. Trubisky. I mean, not Trubisky. Chicago. You don't think that Chicago Bears would take Dak Prescott over Mitchell Trubisky? Man, please. They'll hurry up and sign him to a contract. If the Pittsburgh Steelers, if Ben Roethlisberger left and retired today, and Dak Prescott was on the open market, please understand that Mike Tomlin would come after Dak Prescott. So there's some teams that would come after him and would pay him that amount much. Jay in the Bay says, I hear you. I just don't think that Dak is that good. Dak is at his best a bottom 15 quarterback. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, Jay in the Bay. He's let me see. I'm gonna give him top 8. Yeah, there are plenty of teams. Yeah, exactly. It would. His phone ring off the hook. He could say, no question about it. Good, bad, and ugly. What's going on, man? I see you. Good to have you tonight. I'm gonna say top 8. Let's go down the list real quick, Jay in the Bay. I don't have no list here because I really gonna talk about Jerry Jones, but what you're saying kind of ties into Jerry. So let's get the obvious stuff out the way. We know Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. I'm counting on my fingers. Aaron Rodgers, uh, Russell Wilson, Breeze, Ben. Um, and forgive me. I mean, it's a couple more. I'm trying to think. Um, y'all help me throw them. I already got the 5 out the way that I know Dak is probably not better than. Lamar Jackson. Okay, I'll give him 6. That's 6. Uh, it's just a couple more. The case for Dak is where Matt Ryan is, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, uh, those guys. And please don't throw me Josh Allen. I did say Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes without a doubt. He's top of the list to lead. Please don't throw me Justin Herbert and guys that have only played one year or 2 years. We ain't even talking about them. You got to do it at least 3-4 years in a row before I can give you some type of credit. Everybody can have a miracle year. We just in case you don't remember that, AKA Nick Foles. Okay, right there you go. So we don't count a rookie year and all that kind of stuff. So in my opinion, he's right in that top 8, top. If you want to say top 10, that's fine. He is not at the bottom 15. If you say Matthew Stafford, I'm gonna have to disagree with you by Matt, even though Matthew Stafford is a very talented quarterback, no doubt about it, can do it all. But he ain't took his team nowhere. I mean, it is what it is. And I know he's had bad people around him. I get that, but he's also had some good folks around him, and he still ain't done nothing with them. So I can't give Stafford that kind of credit. You may say Phillip Rivers. That's an argument. I'm just throwing names out. Phillip Rivers is an argument because you can't deny his stats. Number one, the only thing that you can work with on Phillip is where did you take you? What you do with your team? And Rivers at least got to the playoffs a lot of times, especially early in his career with the team. So really, that's all Dak had. I give you Rivers, maybe. We had to get in there, but Dak is a top 10 quarterback, no question, in my mind. Which is why, go back to what you said, Jay in the Bay, that money part. I don't know if Dak. Let's get this out of the way. He got the franchise tag this year, which was 31. Okay. I looked up a few stats today. The franchise tag next year, even because of COVID, is already projecting to be $37.7 million. Okay. So if Dak signs another franchise tag, it's $37 million off the top. So ain't no such thing as talking about 35. Jay in the Bay says Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. Excuse me, I forgot about Deshaun. You're right. Justin Herbert, no, sir. That's 1 year. Justin Herbert can't get on this list. This is just 1 year. Derek Carr, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Josh Allen. You're projecting Josh had a great year this year. He didn't have one last year. But Josh probably projected folks would pick him before I give you. I make the argument for Josh. I ain't making it for Derek Carr. Stafford, no. Big Ben, I said Big Ben. Tannehill. I did say Lamar Jackson too, Jay in the Bay. Tannehill is almost kind of like Dak, Jay in the Bay. Tannehill is hidden behind Derrick Henry. Okay. if you got Derrick Henry on your team, he gonna make any quarterback look good. All right, let's just be honest. The question is, if Derrick Henry got 20 carries for 30 yards, can you get a ball to Tannehill and say, "Hey, take us home"? I ain't sure about that. Jimmy G, no way, Doc. No way. Jimmy G only throw the ball 10, 11 times a game. Their running game is so good they barely even throw it. And if he throw it, he ain't doing it but throw it to George Kittle, a tight end. I mean, come on now. Dak way better than Jimmy G. And, of course, Brady. Okay, I'll give you – I totally forgot. No disrespect to the great Tom Brady. Tom Brady is better than him. I will say that. So, again, from your list, because a lot of them, I left out Deshaun Watson. I left out no, Jay in the Bay. Jay in the Bay. Come on now. Jay in the Bay. Where are you from, Jay? You from San Francisco? I know you got to be from California. Jimmy G didn't take y'all to the Super Bowl. Your defense took you to the Super Bowl. You know that. Come on now. If you gonna be real now. Your defense carried you to all Jimmy G had to do was just, at Dak's best, he's 15th best. Okay, I'm gonna let you hold on to that, but he's not. Oh, you from Northern California? All right. Well, I appreciate you, man, joining from California. I thank you so much. We're gonna have to disagree on that. Jimmy G took you to the Super Bowl. Oh no, sir, no, sir. Y'all defense took you to the Super Bowl. You know that. Yeah, you know that. The running backs y'all had exactly. Running backs, the Bosa, he said, no way, the Niners won in spite of it. Well, he had to do some things at certain times, but y'all never, during that year, y'all never was out of games. Y'all was a front leading team, and y'all defense just, put the ears behind the head and got there. Jimmy G was not a leader, and the Super Bowl actually showed that when it was time for him to make the plays, he couldn't. Because the running game kind of got a little shut down. When you needed him to throw the ball, he was there. But I'm going to have to disagree with you. I know you're a California guy, and you look like you love your 49ers, but like we love our Cowboys, so we just going to have to disagree on that one. I don't think so. Jimmy had great game versus Saints and Cardinals. Those games were sure. He did well on there, but they're just two games. They're just two. They're just two games now. Yeah, just two games now. Two. So we ain't gonna even worry about that. But Jerry Jones, I appreciate you. We'll disagree. That's what this show about. It's a group therapy thing. We ain't gonna argue nothing. We just gonna disagree and keep moving. And I appreciate you, Jay, in the Bay, for of course joining in, because I need your input. I love it actually, because without your input, I totally disrespected Deshaun Watson and Tom Brady. See, I totally forgot about them, and forgive me for that. I needed that input, and that pushed Dak down, in my opinion, to probably about 8 or 9, in my opinion, of course. So there you go. Jerry Jones has a problem. Let me go back to that. Jerry says he has great ability in my mind to win games. He's talented. He didn't sound like that when he started talking about Tony Romo, y'all. He really thought Tony Romo was going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. He did. You can tell the tone of the way he described Romo compared to Dak. All I hear is about his intangibles. And I just don't really believe, like Jay in the Bay said, I agree with Jay in the Bay on this. I agree with Jay in the Bay. I don't think they really want to pay him. Because certainly a year difference in the contract wouldn't keep you from signing your franchise quarterback. So evidently the report is Dak wanted 4 years, and the Cowboys wanted 5 years. You love the guy so much, 1 year ain't gonna make no difference. 1 year is not gonna make a difference. It's just not. Especially if you get a chance to spread that money out over the length of a contract. Now, if you sign them to a long-term deal, you got money for the following year because you probably ain't gonna let them. You probably gonna give them a $50 to $60 million signing bonus, and that means his base pay for the year is probably gonna be what Jay and the Bay said. I wouldn't be surprised if they give him $50, $60 million. I wouldn't be surprised if Dak signed and in his first year in his deal probably be right at $29, $30 million. I wouldn't be surprised. It might even be lower than that. As long as you give him his money on the front end in the signing bonus. So I don't get what the problem is. I don't see. And I do get it. I just don't think they believe in him. I don't believe. I just don't see the hold up. And so for the second year in a row, when the Cowboys have lost, I'm hearing the same exact talk that I heard at the end of last year's season. I'm sorry. I'm hearing the same exact talk that I heard last year. And it's not going to get us nowhere. It's not. I'm sorry. Unless Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones go ahead and pay this guy, everything else going to fall in place. That's what I feel. The morale of the team is going to go up. He could say he get killed a lot for this, but I got Dak above Deshaun Watson. That's a matter of preference. That's on him. I'm gonna disagree with my Cowboy brother on that one. I think Deshaun is probably better than Dak to me. But hey, I ain't arguing with you either. That if that's what you feel, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with it. But I just don't think that these guys really want to pay Dak. Which until he signs, and I don't care nothing about them talking about we love him. We love him. We love him. We want him there. Prove it. I mean, prove it. I'm not giving the Cowboys any credit until I see it. I hear them talking. I hear all the talk. I done heard the talk for the last 2-3 years. I hear it. I'm not giving Jerry Jones them no credit until I read across my phone or come across ESPN or Fox or wherever, because it's gonna make national news when it happens, if it happens, that Dak Prescott gets signed to a long-term deal. Until I see it or hear it, I'm not giving no faith unto Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones because they haven't earned my faith. Now, they may earn y'all's. If they earn y'all's, so be it. They ain't earned mine. All I'm looking at is the bottom line. Is he signed? No, sir, Mr. Brooks. Did he have to sign a franchise tag? Yes, sir, Mr. Brooks. He ain't signed a long-term deal? No, sir, Mr. Brooks. Man, I can't give you no credit. I can't give you no credit. I can't give you no credit. I don't care how well Jerry is a master in front of the microphone. Oh my God. Has there ever been a better owner in front of a microphone than Jerry Jones? Other than maybe Al Davis? I haven't seen it. Jerry is masterful. He's a magician when it comes to a microphone. He is. He training Steve in that way. He's doing it. But when it comes down to the bottom line, I say Jay and the Bay, I agree with you 100%. But we've been saying this for years. Jay and the Bay said Jerry needs to relinquish his duties as GM. He got too much pride for that, Jay and the Bay. We all know that. We all know he should do it. But he got too much pride. And it's hard to tell a man who's in the Hall of Fame. It's hard to tell a man who got 3 rings on his finger. And I understand some of y'all gonna say, well, it's because of Jimmy Johnson and all the great players that we had back then. regardless of the fact he got 3 rings on his finger. Okay, it's hard to tell a man that has done it. It's hard to tell him that he can't do it no more. It's hard. It's hard. Jerry Jones is perfect. It's good, bad, and ugly. Said Jerry will make you believe when he talking. I'm serious. He can sell anything. Either step down, he says, or suit up and play. I agree with you, good, bad, and ugly. The truth. I mean, I'm at the point, y'all, that I just keep hearing a broken record every offseason with the same results. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. I got a problem with Jerry Jones. Let me. I've said this before, and it fits right here again. Look. I'm with you, Talib. I'm praying we can get Dak signed long term. I truly believe he can lead our Cowboys to a Super Bowl. I hope so too, Talib. But I do know one thing, Talib. I know this, and I put money on this one myself. I know if we sign Dak, we won't be 6-10 next year. How about that one? I bet you that. I bet you if we sign Dak Prescott long term, we will never be 6-10. I'm going on record on that. He's good enough. He's good enough. He was good enough this year. If he on this team here, he was good enough for at least 3 wins. Some of them close games we lost. Oh, Dak would have we would have took that on home. No question. I'm tired of the same rhetoric. Every single offseason, we start off. We are repeating the same offseason from last year. Number one, will Dak sign a long-term deal? Wasn't that the story last year? I mean, come on now. Last year, Jerry need to give up GM duties. This year, off season, Jerry need to give up GM. Isn't it the same stuff? I'm hearing the same. I'm hearing the same thing. Last year, get rid of your coach. This year, get rid of your coach. Yeah, come on, y'all. Last year, get rid of Rob Marinelli. This year, get rid of Mike Nolan. Isn't this the same? It just got different faces. It's the same story. I mean, isn't it? Which means if we got the same story every single year, that means somebody ain't getting the job done. Up top, if you switching faces but got the same problem, okay, you substitute Mike McCarthy with Jason Garrett, same problem. Dak Prescott, not paid last year. Dak Prescott this year, ain't got paid yet. Same problem. Rob Marinelli, Chris Richard, they got to go. Okay. Mike Nolan, you substitute with Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan come in. Everybody saying Mike Nolan got the same problem. When are we gonna look at the exactly? Elway just step back. Jerry needs pay. I'm saying we got the same problem. So if you changing the faces and you still got the same problem, then why don't we look upwards instead of looking down? The problem is Jerry Jones. Give your last thing, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all tune in for me on Saturday. I'm gonna break somebody. I'm coming to Coach McCarthy out Saturday, and Kellen Moore before I start getting to the players. Look, Jerry Jones made another mistake. He ain't doing but the same thing. Let me take your mind back, and I'll let you guys go tonight. We got a problem. The good, bad, and the ugly truth says, yep. So if Jerry won't step down, what can we expect as fans? Do we think Jerry's contribution anything to Dallas Cowboy organization? Yeah, he added to it, but what can you expect? The same thing that you getting now. Disappointment. Disappointment. Let me show y'all what Jerry did. He ain't doing repeating himself. Do you guys remember when Wade Phillips was the coach? Do you guys remember when Wade Phillips was the coach? Do you remember that it got real hot about a certain assistant that was on the staff? That certain assistant name was Jason Garrett. And there was a lot of heat saying that Jason Garrett was going to be a new head coach of the New York Giants at the time. And there was his name covered in a couple other organizations. What did Jerry Jones do? He paid Jason Garrett, I think, $5 million and made him, at the time, Jason, well, listen to this, notice the pattern. Jason Garrett at that particular time was the offensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. You had a head coach in Wade Phillips. Then you paid an offensive coordinator in Jason Garrett, and you paid him more than you were paying Wade Phillips. And then you put a title on him. You call Jason Garrett the head coach in waiting. What in the world do you think Wade Phillips was supposed to have done? He was a lame duck coach walking. That was a mistake. Fast forward to last week. You just hired Mike McCarthy. A coach who, let me throw this in. I've told you this before. A coach who you will not allow to use his best attribute. The best attribute for Mike McCarthy is his play calling. That's what won him a Super Bowl. Please don't tell me where he had Aaron Rodgers. Somebody else had Aaron Rodgers too, and they still ain't won. Huh? You're absolutely right to leave. Jerry ain't stepping back, and I don't think $10 billion would be enough. I don't think he would give it up. It's brought him too much fame. It keeps him in the limelight. It's too much power, and I don't think. And he want to leave a legacy to his children, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He's building this thing up, so when he passes away, or when that time comes, the Jones family will forever be, linked to the Cowboys. It's just gonna pass on down. It'll go from Steven to maybe his brother. And then once it go there, it'll go to the sister. Then after that, it's gonna swing down to the children. I think the Jones family gonna be in the NFL for the next 50 years at least. I can't blame him for that. That's what a man's supposed to do. Leave an inheritance to his children. That's biblical. So I ain't knocking him with that. So he ain't going nowhere. But check out what he did. You got McCarthy. You won't let him do what he does best. So he's really just there. Jerry signed Garrett before hiring Wade. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. That's wrong, that JD. That might be why Parcells stepped down. Parcells groomed his own coaches. I really felt if Parcells came back for 07 and Jerry would have let him be, we had a real legit Super Bowl shot. Here we went 13-3 with Parcells roster that year. Jerry screwed it up. Well, Wade was the coach before Jason got paid his money to be the head coach in waiting. That's what was going down there. Listen, so Jerry, because teams started calling out our offensive coordinator's name and Kellen Moore, and I'm not going to blame Jerry totally on this because I believe if Kellen Moore said he was ready to go, the job was his at Boise State. No question about that. So I can't blame Jerry fully for it. But the next move when it came to pass it, I don't know what happened. We'll never know because nobody ain't going to say it. My question is, and I may be off track here, my question is, did they offer him some money and the money was too nice for him to turn down, plus The plus, you get to stay with the promise that you're going to be our next head coach. That's what he did for Jason Garrett. That's what they did for Jason Garrett. I don't think Mike McCarthy going to have too much more time. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that Mike McCarthy may have, and he better do something within these next 2 years. Because the next head coach is, we got our next head coach, y'all. Because Jerry is so easy to read. He did the same thing again. Our next head coach is going to be Kellen Moore. I know they just made some of y'all just shake y'all head. It's just the truth. I believe that. He did the same thing that he did for Jason Garrett, and he's now doing. All Kellen Moore is doing an internship. He learned from Jason Garrett, and he's learning an internship straight from Coach Mike McCarthy. And in about another 2 years, they're going to say he's ready. And he's young. And most of all, to go back to what Jay and the Bay said, once again, history repeating itself, Kellen Moore is going to be a yes man. Do y'all see the same thing? This is the reason why we ain't going to get nowhere. Another puppet. Another puppet is on the way. I know, Talib. It's just I wanted to give you the formula so you can see, because see what you're saying, because you've been a Cowboy fan a while. You can see the handwriting on the wall. I see you good back, Jerry. Exactly. Jerry's setting it up. He's already put the pieces in place. Mike McCarthy. Look, let me tell you something. If Mike McCarthy or this team have another bad year, and when I say a bad year, you got to get at least to the playoffs. You got to. The team gonna be just way too talented for anything else for not to happen. He could say, I think that's why Urban Meyer went in and took a job. He knew as soon as Moore got paid, that was never gonna happen. Plus, Urban Meyer is the type of guy that want power. He could. Urban Meyer is not a yes man. Everybody say yes to him. Wherever Urban Meyer has went, Urban Meyer ain't followed nobody. Urban Meyer has been the judge, jury, and executioner of every program where he's been at. Yeah, what's up, Kev? I'm glad you're here. I'm serious. I hope y'all seeing the handwriting on the wall. I don't see why y'all ain't check this out. The pattern never changes. It's just different faces. Jerry Jones has done the same exact thing that he did when Wade Phillips was the coach and Jason Garrett was the offensive coordinator. And what did Jerry Jones say? Well, I did that and got about 9-10 years out of Jason Garrett. I got about 9-10 years out of Jason Garrett, and he did whatever I wanted him to do. And certainly this young kid, Kellen Moore, who ain't even 40 years old, he's fresh in the game. I know more than he know. All he got to do is just call these plays. I'll run everything else. In other words, I got another puppet. I got another yes man. Somebody ain't going to challenge him. Urban Meyer would have been a headache to Jerry Jones. Urban Meyer would have been a headache to Jerry Jones. The dream for a lot of folks was like Sean Payton, who was assistant in Dallas with Bill Parcells, that Sean Payton somehow will come home and coach the Cowboys. Sean Payton ain't no yes man. Jerry don't want these type of coaches, man. Jerry, which is why I got a problem with him. Look, I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go. You know where we at, people. You know where we at. This is where we are. Hello, Pew on Podbean. You're obviously not from America, but I appreciate you in the show with me. Thank you. Listen, you know where we are, fans and haters or whoever y'all are that's looking. Look, this is where we are. And this is where we have been for years, y'all. We all complained about Jason Garrett coaching. We complained about Scott Linehan as the offensive coordinator. We complained about Rob Marinelli at times as the defense coordinator. We complained about Chris Richard sometime as a play caller for the defense. We've cried about McCarthy this year. We cried about all that. You know where we at, people? This is where we are. It was like this when Romo was playing. And T.O. and Dez and all them folks. We are at the point where we really are depending on the talent of this team to balance and override our coaching and our owner. Think about it, y'all. Look how many Pro Bowlers we done had in the last, 8 years. I could say 10. Think about it. No other team has sent at more players to the Pro Bowl. Look at all the all pros we done had. Forget Pro Bowl, all pros. The talent on this team is in a position. It's just like when we were getting hype about the game before the Giant game. When we beat who we beat? We beat Cincinnati, the 49ers, then we beat Philadelphia, right? Okay. We really are depending on, because it ain't, bad play calling, bubble screens. Y'all, I hear everybody talking about these bubble screens he's sending. What we depending on is hoping that guys catch a 1 yard pass and break and run the house for 70. It ain't scheme wise. It's just the talent. You running Ezekiel dead in the middle of a lane. Right behind the line, running straight up the middle and hope he bust about 3 tackles and break loose. That ain't smart. Huh? You get trash cornerbacks, trash secondary, and what you hoping for is your all-pro defensive lineman DeMarcus Lawrence and somebody help get, somebody on the other end get there and make the quarterback throw the ball. What happened when DeMarcus Lawrence get blocked and double team and triple team, and the quarterback standing back there holding the ball, taking pictures and posing and all that kind of stuff, and you can't in the secondary just get 8 alive. That's bad coaching. So you're hoping that the talent takes over. Yeah, Jerry ain't going nowhere. Kevin, you right. Kevin, this is where we are. This is where we are, y'all. Next year gonna be the same thing. Why? We all complain about Kellen Moore and his play caller. Guess who the play caller gonna be next year? Huh? Kellen Moore is gonna be the play caller next year. Right? You complain about Mike McCarthy. Bad. Guess who's gonna be the head coach next year? You complain about Jerry. Guess who's gonna be the owner next year? Huh? And for all my people that love the draft, I mean, good Lord of mercy. I mean, the draft has been kind to us if you really look at it. We've drafted some pretty good players. But look at the record at the end. Something's missing, y'all. Something. I'm serious. I'm tired of the same thing. I'm seeing it. I'm hearing. I appreciate your optimism. I appreciate you're saying it's gonna be a better year. It's gonna turn around. Jerry Jones, is really who's a student and a disciple of Al Davis. And if you know anything about football, for those of us that's older to understand, Al Davis was a Super Bowl winner early, and then he ran the Oakland Raiders straight into the ground, and they still haven't recovered. I'm starting to see it all over again. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it, y'all. I'm serious. I've been seeing it, but I'm and the sad part is, and I close with this. And y'all have a good evening. Y'all have a good evening. There you go, Kevin. It's bad when the problem don't see he is the problem. It's sad. I'm gonna go ahead and close with this, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and close with this because I don't see how we're not recognizing or they're not recognizing what really needs to happen. Jerry Jones and his optimism, and he's serious with his optimism. He is. He has to be that way. You know, he said this is how he became a billionaire. I can't argue with the man a billionaire. I mean, can't argue with that. And sometimes you can be a billionaire. Exactly, Talib. I've been saying it's going to turn around for about 25 years. Exactly. Sometimes you can you have so much optimism that you lose common sense. My grandmother told me that common sense is not common. When you see the problem and you refuse to address it, and you see yourself as the solution instead of the problem, we ain't gonna never get nowhere. We may have a good year, a good 11-5 year, we'll make a playoff appearance once every 2 to 3 years, stuff like that. We'll do that. But serious, I can't see it, man. I'm not giving up on the guys because they're too talented. If they get ticked off enough and play with enough energy, they're just too talented. They can win. But sooner or later, the structure is gonna bite you. It's gonna bite you. It's gonna bite you. You can put band-aids over it, but sooner or later that wound gonna open up and a band-aid ain't gonna be able to hold it. It's gonna gush out. And what we're seeing is from the structure all the way at the top on down, it's consistency in mediocrity. I'm at the point now. I don't want to hear Jerry start talking about the positives of this year and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know his optimism got to say it. He ain't gonna put his players in on Front Street and all that. I need somebody in this organization to get ticked off. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? When I say ticked off, I'm talking about a Ray Lewis type attitude. Y'all know how Ray Lewis played. I'm talking about that type of fire. I need a few Ray Lewises in this organization. I believe Will McClay got it, but he limited. I need some attitude. I mean, of course, I need it on the field, but I need some attitudes of people that's ticked off that we 6-10. I hear Cowboy fan talking about, well, we almost made the playoff. Man, we're 6-10. Do y'all? What are we celebrating? We are 6-10. The last time I checked, 6-10 is a horrible record. And we sitting there talking about we was one game away from making it. The NFL, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones fought hard for an extra playoff spot for both conferences. And everybody was walking out there talking about this the Dallas Cowboy spot. This the Dallas Cowboy rule. Because the Cowboys always stayed at the bottom in that little window of almost making the playoff. They done gave both conferences an extra playoff spot, and the Cowboys still can't make it. With all this talent, all this firepower, all these quote unquote great receivers, all this all world. I mean, we still can't make it. And the record getting worse. We at least with Jason Garrett, we was at least going 8-8. 8-8 would have won it this year. I get the injuries. I'm not excluding that we had injuries. I realize that. I realize if you lose your starting quarterback, I know what that means, y'all. I understand if you lost your lineman. I'm just going with the bottom line. We 6-10. Why are we acting like we were 10-6? I don't see what we celebrating. We stop saying it. Well, no, y'all Cowboy fans, y'all say what y'all want to say. Y'all, I just know what I'm not gonna say. We almost got in. We lost. We couldn't even handle our business. Huh? We lost. We 6-10. Not 10-6. 6-10. We have one of the worst. I know folks don't even want to hear that. If I was in other groups right now, they'll be ready to kick me out of the Cowboy group. We are one of the worst teams in the league. The reason why we have the 10th pick in the draft, why? Because we are one of the worst teams in the NFL. You want to talk about our defense? Our defense was doing this. Our defense was ranked last in the NFL. It don't get no lower. It don't get no lower. Those are the facts. We were ranked 32nd in the league in the run game. Doug, I don't see nothing higher than 30. That's the lowest you get. We lying to ourselves. Oh Lord, can I say? I guess I better go and say this, and I'll get out the way. Forgive me for y'all who are Trump supporters. I say this: we Cowboy fans look at the Dallas Cowboys the way the Republican Party looks at Donald Trump. They live in a false reality. If you're a Trump supporter, I'm sorry, but I don't hold nothing back here at the Big Time Show. I'm gonna say what I got to say. We look at the Cowboys with a false reality instead of looking at the way things really are. We were 6-10, one of the worst records in the NFL. Our defense was one of the worst in history of this organization. Please don't come talking to me about what Donovan Wilson was. Look, Donovan Wilson was a part of one of the worst defenses in the league. Diggs is going to be a great Diggs was part of one of the worst defenses in the league. D-Law the man. D-Law was part of one of the, y'all help me say it, y'all. Y'all come on, help me. One of the worst defenses in the league. This is the reality. I'm to leave. I love him. What's up, Buddha? To leave. Look, I've been a Cowboy fan since I was 4 years old. I'm 48 years. How old am I? I'll be 48 in February. So I got 44 years in this thing, which gives me the right to tell the truth about my team and don't care what nobody say about it because I ain't going nowhere. I'm a Cowboy fan. When they doing good, I'm going to say they doing good. When they doing bad, I'm going to say they doing bad. I don't have to match nobody's narrative. I don't. We horrible. That's what I want to say. That's the bottom. We were 6-10. 6-10. 6-10. Horrible defense. Bad coaching. Backups everywhere on the offensive side almost. we were what just about was supposed to be. Can't stop nobody. And everybody's we were one game away. We were like, what are we celebrating, man? Good God. We 6-10. We're not 10-6. 6-10. I'm saying that for my people in the back, because right now I'm hurting a few people. I know I am. Those on Power Bean. What's up, Captain Jimmy? Whoever you are. Hey, what's going on? Where are you from, Captain Jimmy? Do I know you on Power Bean? Good to have you with me, man. I don't know. Do I know you? Or are you on Power Bean or what's going on? I might close the show out, but I just want to tell y'all that I let everybody else talk everything else. I'm gonna talk reality on this show. Here's the reality. We're not good. I know. And just because I say we're not good does not mean I'm not a Cowboy fan. Anybody that know me know I'm one of the biggest Cowboy fans in history. Okay? It's just the truth. I'm not celebrating. I'm not. I don't applaud Jerry Jones. I don't like what they're doing on the managerial side. I don't like I don't like what they're doing presently to Dak. Until I see him get paid, I'll give Jerry Jones credit finally once he get paid. Okay. I'm just gonna talk. I'm not giving no credit. So I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm ticked off at Jerry. I'm ticked off at Steven. That's my oh, okay. Appreciate you, appreciate you, Cap. Yeah, I'm ticked off. I'm about to leave, Cap Jimmy. You see I've been on for an hour and 28 minutes. You probably got to go back because I went in a little more in depth of what I was talking about. It's just the closing part here. So I'll see you guys on Saturday, 3:00 if you can. Y'all tune in with me. I'm gonna walk down the line. I got Jerry and Steven tonight. I'm probably coming to Coach McCarthy Saturday. Coach McCarthy and his coaching staff. I'm walking down the line, which means I'm gonna get to the players next week. I'm gonna go by position groups. I ain't even getting to the draft. There's a lot of people on here that know about the draft and all that. I ain't even talking about the draft yet. Even though I'm looking now. I'm looking. I'm noticing some guys who I think will be right. Oh, okay. Buddha just said, which is true. I read that. I heard about that, Buddha. He said, I just read something saying that Tad, Dak Prescott's brother, who's his brother, is pushing him to go to Washington. Well, we all know that Tad, if you remember when he got hurt, and most importantly, when Dak didn't get paid, Tad was the first one, and he let his feelings be known. He didn't like the way the Cowboys did his brother. So we don't know how much influence totally that he has on Dak. I believe Dak wants to stay, but you just never know. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. And Jay and the Bear, if you still on here, which I don't think you are, I think that Washington would be another team that would take Dak Prescott in a heartbeat. And pay him too, I mean. That's another team that would take him quickly. Buddha, we had a guy on here, I don't know if he's still on here or not, who was talking about that there wouldn't be a lot of teams that wouldn't take Dak Prescott. I named about 4 of them that would quickly grab him and pay him what he wants. No doubt about it. And I didn't even think about Washington, but I'm going to add Washington to the list too. Considering Alex Smith and you can't really depend on his leg and he, what he is, they would take Dak Prescott in a hard flash. So, people, like I said before, I'm gone. But I really believe we're in a position with this franchise unless something drastically changes. I really believe we're in a position now where the players are going to have to override the coaching staff and the owner by just being so talented on the field that they make up for coaching mistakes and organizational issues. That's why I feel like we are. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with scheme. It's just gonna have to be with do with individual talent. I don't see. I see the same thing over and over again. That's all I'm saying. I'm hearing the same stuff over and over again, and I'm fed up with it. I am. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but Captain Jimmy, who coming in, he ready. He says Washington would take Prescott in less than a heartbeat. No doubt about it, Cap. He said, but I doubt Prescott will leave. I don't think he would either. He says he will milk Jerry Jones for every penny he can before he leaves, if he ever leaves. I don't think Dak would be leaving at all. Uh, I don't think that's not. I don't even think that's really even in the equation. I believe Dak, if push comes to shove, Dak would take the franchise tag again, which really would be an insult, even if he is getting paid $37 million a year. It still would be an insult to me. And last thing, since I just brought that up, I know I'm gonna save that. No, I'm gonna say it. Sometimes Dak, let me talk about Dak real quick, and I'll get more in depth in this. Okay. See, if you so nice and you such a good company guy, the company would take advantage of you. They'll take your kindness as weakness. Don't y'all wish Dak would just act a fool one time? Everybody else did. D-Law said, I ain't gonna have this surgery on my shoulder unless y'all pay me. And they paid him. Ezekiel Elliott said, I'm gonna stay right here in Cabo and play until y'all pay me. What Jerry Jones do? They paid him. Don't y'all wish Dak would just go off one time? Just one time. Just one time and stand his ground. One time. I'll get more into depth of that later because, I'm through with it. All right, I'm through. Y'all holler at me on saying, yeah, there you go. Sometimes good, bad, true. Sometimes you just gotta give them some opposite from what they used to. Cause the people, that's why he got, look, y'all want to know why Dak Prescott ain't got paid? Part of it is his fault. Don't blame Jerry all of it. Don't blame, Jerry got a big part of it. Don't blame Jerry for it all. The reason why Dak Prescott ain't got paid quicker is because he didn't act no fool. He didn't act no fool. Everybody else did. But please don't come to me talking about, well, that's wrong talking. You gotta be the good guy. You can't change his character. Sometimes you gotta get out of character to get what you need. We talking about generational type money. You got to fight for your generation, general, whoever. He ain't got no children, but act like you do. Man, look. Nice guys finish last. You know what I'm saying? All these nice guys. Get a nut in Dallas. I need some fools in Dallas. Let me go, man. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all have. I'm almost about ready. I feel foolishness coming up in me. I feel it coming up in me. Let me stop. Saturday at 3:00. Saturday at 3:00. Let me give y'all this last bit. For those that do not want to check me out, here if you see it on the screen there on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube, this is how you follow me. I'm on all these platforms. You can see all of my content. It's already there for you. This show will be uploaded probably within the next hour or so, maybe the next 30 minutes. You can listen to this show again. Check it out. Podbean, you already should know. You can just go up on my show and check it out. All my stuff is there. All you have to do is peep it out and listen to it at your leisure. If you want to be a patron of the show, there it is on your screen. $ the Big Time Show. I appreciate you if you will. If not, I just appreciate your listening ear. Podbean, you should know. All you have to do is push that red bag there that you see on your phone or on your iPad or on your computer. That's all you have to do, become a patron. But if not, if you want to make it real simple, I'll put that there again, and there it is. There's my dollar sign. Excuse me, my dollar sign. There's my Cash App. If you want to become a contributor of the show, there it is. I appreciate you guys for listening to me, checking me out tonight. Thank you for hanging with me for a little while. Thank you for lending me your ear. We're just trying to grow the show as much as you can. Thank you for last show. I believe that the show is over. Not the preview show for this show, but the previous show before that. We reached over, I believe, 1,000, right at 1,200 views. So somebody's watching, somebody's looking, somebody's listening, and so somebody is I guess they have with to believe what I'm saying, or see if I'm ragged. Hey, Coach Bree Love, how you doing? You on a little bit late? I'm getting ready to go. Just check out this, Coach, for your at your own leisure, and check out what I had to say tonight. And I think you can comment even though we're not there. Check it out. I appreciate you, Captain Jimmy. Appreciate you, Captain Jimmy. Do you have a podcast? Do you have a podcast? That's what's strange about Podbean. For those that are on Podbean, he said yes. What is your podcast, sir? So I can give you a shout out on your show. I don't have no problem with sharing love. We all in this thing together. Oh, you watching the election? Well, hey, I ain't got no problem with that, Coach. I don't have no problem with that either. Check me out whenever you get the chance, though, whether it's tomorrow or whatever. Peep me out, Coach, and check me out and see if you agree with me on this. If not, inbox me and say, man, you crazy. Just say that. Captain Jimmy's show on Podbean is called the Pirate Radio Podcast. We also have another podcast on here, The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly Truth. I told y'all that earlier. I go live on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Captain Jimmy, what is your podcast about? I got people on Facebook on here that's listening to me in Periscope and YouTube at the same time. They may want to check out what your content is about. Tell me what your real quick. Tell me what it's about, and I'll mention that here. Everybody know what mine about. I'm a sports guy, but I'm also a preacher. And Good, Bad, and Ugly like this. He probably want me to go ahead and preach one time so he can go on, even though he probably don't listen to my show. Yeah, I already know. He already know what I'm saying. He probably want to hear me go ahead and preach right now, but I do every now and then a religious topic, not a Bible study type preaching thing. A topic such as I always say that, we're in a season now in church where virtual church is going to be a dominant way of church attendance from now on. And if we're not good at that, or how can we present the best product as well as we can to the people that attend our churches, we need to talk about those kind of topics I talk about. Maybe not necessarily picking a topic and talking about it. I just want to do that. Captain Jimmy says, my show is about metal detecting, treasure hunting, paranormal experiences, the unexplained, mysterious disappearances, vanishes, movie and TV show reviews. Good God Almighty, Captain Jimmy, you. Wow. Miss Ty, who's attending my church, told me to squall for the people just a little bit, send us off. I ain't, he's a sci-fi guy, exactly. Captain Jim is a sci-fi guy. If you are interested in sci-fi type stuff, listen, check out my guy, Captain Jimmy on Podbean. His show, again, is titled, let me get to it real quick. I don't want to. Sci-fi too. I'm into all that kind of stuff. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Hey, everybody, look. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Your bait in the water may catch somebody. Be encouraged, man. Hey, I don't care how many listeners you got. I started this thing in August, and I got, I'm sorry for y'all been on there. I ain't trying to brag or nothing, but I'm almost right at 800 downloads since August. So some people are listening, and we just got to stay with it. He's into this. I'm trying to get to the thing here. Forgive me for not getting it. Let me get to it. I don't see it. He's into sci-fi stuff. There, his show is about metal detecting, treasure hunting, paranormal experience. I hope I pronounced that right. The unexplained, mysterious disappearances and vanishes. Man, when you go on Captain Jimmy, his show is called the Pirate Radio Podcast. Man, when you go on Captain Jimmy's podcast, you're gonna be on one of them FBI type thing. He gonna give you a clue. Hey, Captain Jimmy, just let me work right now. I'm trying to pump you up now. Just let me work. I don't know if this is what you're sure about it, but this is how I see it, okay? I'm just trying to get you some more listeners. Captain Jimmy gonna give you a clue, and for the time that he's on there, he gonna walk y'all through. He's gonna walk y'all through these appearances, and we gonna solve these mysteries together. Now, y'all watch, look, if y'all can watch Law and Order, if y'all can watch FBI on CBS, if y'all can watch that, y'all can listen to the Pirate Radio Podcast. I know you can. If you like Star Trek, and look, Captain Jimmy is your guy. Captain Jimmy, I'm doing all right. Am I doing all right, Captain Jimmy? I'm about to get these folks out of here now. I'm losing my audience in Facebook land. I'm losing my audience. I'm trying to promote your show. I'm losing my folk. All right, there you go. Captain Jimmy, thank you so much. Look, I'm going to follow Captain Jimmy's show. I hope I have. If I haven't, Captain Jimmy, I'm coming your way. Everybody on Podbean, go follow his show once we get off on here. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Good, bad, and ugly truth. I'm gonna show you my other side other than cow. Look, if you see how passionate I am about the Cowboys, ask Miss Tyres on here. She'll tell you. Look, listen. Look, Jimmy say he gonna be talking about ghost ships next on his next show. Good Lord. Good, bad, and ugly truth. If you think I'm passionate about the Cowboys and Lakers and everybody else, can you just imagine how I am about that word, man? About that word. Miss Ty tell you, I'm gonna have to. Oh my goodness. I know. All right, Cap. Can I do that without getting off? Hey, if y'all leaving me, so be it. I appreciate you guys. I'm following you. Can I do that? I'm trying to follow you right now. There it is, Captain Jimmy. You probably just saw me right there. I'm following you, man. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, Captain Jimmy, and I guess I'll close with this because I ain't insulting you now, but since you talking about ghost ships, now if you scare me too much now, if you scare me too much, I'm gonna have to leave you. I am. What's up? What's up? You caught me at the end, boss cowboy. You got to catch me. What's going on? I am the one and only. I am. This is one of the hottest shows on Podbean. Y'all better ask somebody. This is the Big Time Show. I'll see you Saturday at 3 o'clock. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, hanging with me. We will see you Saturday at 3 o'clock. Captain Jimmy, you matter tone down the ghost now. My God. Casper might get you in a little trouble with me. I'll see you guys 3 o'clock Saturday. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys on Facebook. Yes, sir. That's it. That's up. What's up? Hey, boss. Boss, check me out. I know you busy and all that kind of stuff, but you probably need to check me out probably the first if you can at your own leisure. Probably check out the first 20 to 25 minutes. That was pretty much the meat of the show. And everything else was pretty much with detail. But I appreciate everybody that checked me out and everybody else. But check me out. I appreciate y'all. See you at 3 o'clock for the big time show. See you.